Hello and namaste everyone. I am Dinkal Ranch, a student of Ukatarsaria University, Maliba Pharmacy College. I study in third year of PharmD. I am hereby here to present you on the topic a drug named tacrolimus. This tacrolimus is an immunosuppressant. Okay, the content of my PPT is first includes history, followed by introduction, class and category, source, brand names, therapeutic uses, mechanism of action, pharmacological action, side effects, formulation, route of administration, contraindication, drug-drug interaction, patient counseling, and lastly with a beautiful quiz. Now, the history of tacrolimus is very interesting. The tacrolimus was discovered in 1987. It was among the first macrolide immunosuppressant discovered, preceded by the discovery of ripamycin, sirolimus on Ripa New, Easter Island in 1975. It is produced by a soil bacterium, Streptomyces succubanis. The name tacrolimus is derived from the Succuba macrolide immunosuppressant. The tacrolimus was first approved by US FDA, that is the Food and Drug Administration, in 1994 for the use of primarily for the liver transplantation. The indications were extended to include kidney, heart, small bowel, pancreas, lungs, trachea, skin, cornea, bone marrow, and lymph transplant. The generic versions of tacrolimus were approved in USA in 2007. Tacrolimus was approved for the medical use in European Union in 2002 for the treatment of moderate to severe atopic dermatitis. Now, in 2007, the indications were expanded to include the prophylaxis of transplant rejections in adult kidney or liver allograft recipients and the treatment of allograft rejection resistant to treatment with other immunosuppressive medicinal products in adults. In 2009, the indications were expanded to include the prophylaxis of transplant rejections in adult and pediatric population, kidney, liver, and heart allograft recipients, and the treatment of allograft rejections resistant to treatment with other immunosuppressive medicinal products in adults and children. Now, the introduction of tacrolimus, as I told you, that is, it is an immunosuppressant, calcineurin inhibitor, clinically used primarily in the liver and kidney transplantation. Already told you, it gained its FDA, that is Food Drug Administration approval in 1994, used specifically for the prophylaxis and treatment of allograft rejections. Now, tacrolimus is much more potent and more useful than other immunosuppressants because it has less side effects and more useful. Now, tacrolimus is an immunosuppressive drug. After allogeneic organ transplantation, the risk of organ rejection is moderate. To lower the risk of organ rejection, tacrolimus is given. The drug can also be sold as a topic medication in treatment of T-cell mediated disease such as eczema and psoriasis. For example, it is prescribed for the severe refractory uveitis which occurs in eyes after a bone marrow transplantation. Exacerbation of minimal changes disease. Kimura's disease. This disease is a rare chronic inflammatory disorder. It is characterized by head and neck lymphoadenopathy, often accompanied by eosinophilia and elevated serum IgE, and vitiligo. In vitiligo, the persons have white patches all over the body. Tacrolimus inhibits the calcineurin, which is involved in the production of interleukin 2 molecule that promotes the development and proliferation of T cells as a part of body's learned and immune response. For chemically, it is a macrolide electron that was first described in 1987 from the fermentation growth of Japanese soil sample that contained the bacterium Streptomyces succubanis. Now, class, category and source. The class and category of tacrolimus is, it is an immunosuppressant. It works by decreasing the activity of immune system to prevent it from attacking in the transplanted organ. Now, the source of tacrolimus is, it is produced by a soil bacterium, Streptomyces succubanis. The name tacrolimus is derived from Succuba macrolide immunosuppressant. These are the common brand names of formulations of tacrolimus. Now, in tacrolimus, tacrolimus is there are 4 types of formulation present in the tacrolimus, that is ointment, tablet, capsules, and creams. These are common brand names by which companies it is manufactured and the type which it is present. Now this slide includes the upper two photos are of tacrolimus ointment and the lower part photos includes tacrolimus capsule. Okay, the right side one is 1 mg and the left side one is 0.5 mg. Now the therapeutic use, the most and foremost and important use of tacrolimus is organ transplantation. It has similar immunosuppressive properties to cyclosporine, but it is much more potent. I already told you that tacrolimus is much more potent than other immunosuppressives. Immunosuppression with tacrolimus was associated with a significantly lower rate of acute rejection compared with the cyclosporine based immunosuppression in one study, that is 30.7% versus 46.4%. That is much more. Okay, clinical outcome is better with tacrolimus than with cyclosporine during the first year of liver transplantation. Wow, that is very interesting. Tacrolimus is normally prescribed as a part of post-transplant cocktail including steroids, mycophenolate, and interleukin-2 receptor inhibitors such as basilizumab. Dosage are irritated to target blood levels at specific time after medication administration. Now, the second most use is ulcerative colitis. Tacrolimus has been used to suppress the inflammation associated with ulcerative colitis, a form of inflammatory bowel disease. Now, this has shown significant effects in the suppression of flares of ulcerative colitis. So that is very good. Skin, I already told you the first slide, the previous slide, it was written that it is used to treat eczema and psoriasis. That is what? The therapeutic use of skin. As an ointment, tacrolimus is used in treatment of eczema in the particular atopic dermatitis. Okay, it is also used in atopic dermatitis. That is also very important. It suppresses inflammation in a similar way to steroids and is equally effective as a mid potency steroid. So its effect is mid potency to steroid. That is very important. An important advantage of tacrolimus is that unlike steroid, it does not cause any skin thinning, that is the atrophy or other steroid like side effects. Very good. It is applied on the active lesions until they heal off, but may also be used continuously in low doses twice a week and applied to the thinner skin over a face and eyelid. Clinical trials upon to 1 year have been conducted. Recently, it has also been used to treat with the sentimental vitiligo in children, especially in the areas of faces. I already told you that what is vitiligo. It is white patches on the skin. Lupus nephritis. Tacrolimus has been shown to reduce the risk of serious infection while also increasing the re-emission of kidney function in lupus nephritis. Now, the mechanism of action. This is the very important PPT. The tacrolimus is a macrolide calcineurin inhibitor. In T cell, the activation of T cell receptor normally increase the intracellular calcium, which acts via calmodulin to activate the calcineurin. Okay. Calcineurin then dephosphorylates the transcription factor nuclear factor of activated T cell, that is NFAT, which moves to the nucleus of the T cell and increases the activity of gene coding for interleukin-2 and related cytokines. Now, the tacrolimus prevents this dephosphorylation of NFAT. Now, so the further processes stop because it prevents the dephosphorylation. The tacrolimus reduces the peptide pyrrole isomerase activity by binding to immunofin FKBP12, creating a new complex. This FKBP12 complex with FB506 complex interacts with and inhibits the calcineurin, thus inhibiting both T lymphocyte signal transduction and interleukin transcription. Although this activity is very similar to cyclosporine, this incident of acute rejection is reduced by tacrolimus over a use of cyclosporine use. Although short-term immunosuppression concerns patient and graft survival is found to be similar between the two drugs, tacrolimus results in a more favorable lipid profile, and this may have important long-term implications given the prognostic influence of rejection on graft survival. Now this is a diagrammatic representation of the mechanism of action. You can refer and read the slide, that will be very very easy for you to understand the mechanism of action. Now, the pharmacological action includes ADME, absorption, distribution, metabolism, and elimination. Sorry. The pharmacological action includes first, the activation of T cell receptors results in increased intracellular calcium. Okay, second, the activation of calcineurin, a calcium dependent phosphatase. Third, as a result of dephosphorylation by calcineurin, NFAT moves from cytoplasm to nucleus. Okay, fourth, NFAT associated with the other nuclear components leading to activation of gene encoding cytokines. Fifth, release of interleukin 2. These are the 5 pharmacological actions of tacrolimus. Now, go to the side effects. First is mouth or intravenous use. If you use it by mouth or intravenous use, side effects can be severe and include infection, cardiac damage, hypertension, blurred vision, liver and kidney problems, hyperkalemia, hypomagnesemia, hyperglycemia, diabetes mellitus, and various neuropsychiatric problems such as loss of appetite, insomnia, weakness, depression, confusion, seizure, tremors, catatonia. In addition, it may be potentially increase the severity of extensive fungal or infection conditions such as herpes zoster or polyomaviral infections. Okay, second is carcinogenesis and mutagenesis. In people receiving immunosuppressant to receive the transplant graft rejection and increased risk of malignancy that is cancer is recognized complication. The most common cancer, that is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and skin cancer. The risk appears to be related to intensity and duration of the treatment. Okay, so intensity and duration of the treatment of tacrolimus is very important for the side effects of the tacrolimus. Topical use. The most common adverse event associated with the use of topical tacrolimus ointment, especially over a wide area, include a burning and itching sensation over the initial application with increased sensitivity to the sunlight and heat on affected area. If more and more use of tacrolimus and you don't protect your skin from sunlight, there will be dark patches over your skin due to sunlight, the use of tacrolimus and sunlight reaction. Less common are flu-like symptoms, headache, cough, and burning eyes. These are very less. Burning eyes is a little bit more, but flu-like symptoms, cough is very less. Cancer risk. Tacrolimus and related drug of eczema were suspected of carrying a cancer risk, though the matter is still a subject of controversy. FDA issued a health warning in March 2005 for the drug based on animal models and small number of patients. Until further human studies yield more conclusive results, the FDA recommends that users be advised of the potential risk. However, current practice dermatologists is not to be considered this significant real concern, and they are increasingly recommending the use of these new drugs. Now, already told, there are in 4 formulations. What are they? They are cream, ointment, capsules, and 3 formulations. A brand version of a drug is owned by Estes Pharma and is sold under the brand name Prograf, given twice daily. I've already inserted the image of these formulations and the table that will explain the formulation better way. Now, the route of administration. Tacrolimus immediate release capsules, tacrolimus release oral suspensions, extended release capsules, extended release tablets, and non-interchangeable and substitutable. Apply, if you use tacrolimus as ointment, then apply a thin layer of tacrolimus, that is 0.03%, that will be very effective over the skin twice daily. The minimum amount should be rubbed in gentle and completely to control the signs and symptoms of atopic dermatitis. Stop using when the signs and symptoms of the atopic dermatitis resolve. Okay. Contraindication includes breastfeeding, very important. Hepatic disease, immunosuppression. Immunosuppression is also very important because it is itself an immunosuppressant. Infants, infection, neoplastic disease, that is skin cancer, lung cancer, oliguria, pregnancy, QT interval prolongation. This is also very important. Sunlight exposure, grapefruit juice, topical use, occlusive dressing, known or suspected malignant lesions, other skin infections. Now, the drug-drug interaction of tacrolimus is erythromycin, clarithromycin, cotrimazole, fluconazole, ketoconazole, and rifapin. Except rifapin, everyone increases the tacrolimus levels, but rifapin decreases the tacrolimus levels, leading to acute rejection and this all subsequent nephrotoxicity. Now, these are few drugs which increase the tacrolimus level, and these are few which decrease the tacrolimus level. Now, patient counseling. How should you take? This is very important as per my subject, that is PharmD, patient counseling. So, how you should take the tacrolimus? If it is in sachet, you should prepare a liquid suspension. This granule, mix the granules into water before taking your dose. Okay, do not use cups or spoon that are made up of PVC. When you prepare the suspension, because the active suspense sticks to this plastic and this dosage goes in the wrong way. Okay, take the dose straight away after making the suspension. Don't wait for time that after 5 minutes I'm going to take suspension, I'll make before 5 minutes. No, try to take your doses at the same times of the day each day. This is very important. Time, as this will help you to remember to make them. If you do forget to take dose, take it as soon as you remember. Unnecessarily, it is nearly the time of your next dose. Okay, this is also very important. Do not take two doses together to make up for a forgotten dose. Your doctor will tell you how long you should treat. Treatment is expected to continue. Keep taking tacrolimus until your doctor tells you otherwise. If you have been getting the most from your treatment, do not drink grapefruit juice. Already told. Contraindications. This is because the chemical in the grapefruit juice increases the amount of tacrolimus in your bloodstream. This makes the side effects more likely. Try to keep your regular appointments with doctor. Your doctor will want you to have blood and urine traces during this treatment to check on the progress. From the results of this, your doctor will advise whether the dose you are taking needs adjustment or your blood pressure, eyes, heart functioning is proper. There are a number of different brands of tacrolimus which may not be all absorbed by your body in exactly the same way. Because of this, your doctor will prescribe the same brand of tacrolimus for you each time you need a few prescription. If when you collect a new supply, it looks different to what you have had before, ask your pharmacist to check this out for you or consult your doctor. Tacrolimus can affect your vision or make you feel sleepy. Make sure your reactions are normal before driving and before using tools or machines. Do not drink alcohol. It may increase the side effects. While you are taking tacrolimus and for a while after you stop treatment, do not have immunization, that is vaccination, without talking to your doctor. Tacrolimus lowers your body resistance and there is a risk that you may get an infection from the vaccine. Also, some vaccine can be less effective. Your doctor will have a discuss with you the possibility of a slightly increased risk of cancer associated with the immunosuppressant like tacrolimus. Do not use sunbeams, avoid strong sunlight, use a sunscreen that is SPF at least 50. If you buy any medication or herbal remedies, check with your doctor or pharmacist that they are suitable to take with tacrolimus or not. This is because tacrolimus interferes with the way a number of medication work and vice versa. Some inflammatory painkillers which can be bought over the counter increases the risk of side effects of tacrolimus and should be avoided. If you have diabetes mellitus, this medication may affect your blood sugar levels. Test your urine blood regularly. You should avoid becoming pregnant while you have tacrolimus. Make sure you have discussed with your doctor which type of contraceptions are suitable for you and your partner. If you are having an operation or any other dental treatment, tell the person carrying out the treatment that you are taking tacrolimus. Now this is a beautiful quiz which includes 5 questions. First question is, which of the following statement is not true about tacrolimus? A. It is a macrolide antibiotic. B. It is indicated for the prophylaxis of organ transplant rejection. And C. Glucose intolerance is well recognized side effect. D. It can be safely administered with a nephrotoxic drug. Now the correct answer is D, which already I have highlighted. Second is a patient on immunosuppressive therapy is given tacrolimus as a part of their drug regime. Which side effect is most likely to occur in tacrolimus? Hypoglycemia, hypokalemia, hypotension, renal toxicity. D is the correct answer. Already highlighted. Therapeutic use of tacrolimus include organ transplantation, ulcerative colitis, both A and B. D. None of the above. Obviously, both A and B is the correct answer. Fourth, which of the following is a side effect common to tacrolimus? Hypertension, pancreatitis, increased risk of infection in neoplasma, osteoporosis. C is the correct answer. Which of this drug decrease the level of tacrolimus in the body? This you should know if you have seen the video very properly, because I have emphasized my words a lot on this. So first is erythromycin, rifampin, metronidazole and clarithromycin. So B, rifampin is the correct option. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my video and understand what is tacrolimus, and I was successful to share some information on tacrolimus. Thank you.